All right, our examples for 1.4, starting off, we're going to have the map of this high school. And it just says name all the angles that have B as the vertex. So we're going to see we have B here. Biggest thing is just to kind of see if B is the vertex, then our angle is going to be here like so. So a couple ways we can see that it's labeled. We have 1 here, so we could say angle 1, angle ABD, angle DBA is another way to label it, and even just angle B. Okay, it's preferable to use the 3 letters when labeling them. Okay, another way to do it, we also see the angle B for the vertex. We could also use this angle here, so there's lots of ways to do it because that's also a vertex. So we could say angle 2, angle DBC, angle DBK, so on and so forth. So there's lots of options. For B, it says name the sides of angle 3. So angle 3 is going to be here. So again, let's go through. If angle 3 is here, that means our angle is like so. So our options for our sides are going to be CA, using C as our endpoint, CE, or we can even say CB. So those are our 3 options, and CE again. Okay, looking at the next one, we're going to say what is, our angle, another name for angle GHL. So we're going to follow it, GHL. So if I look there, there's a couple options that we have. We're going to say that we have angle 7 is an option, angle LHG, so just switch in those letters. And you could also just say angle H, because in this case there's only one angle coming off of H, so we could just use H as that vertex. All right, going to D. Name a point in the interior of angle DBK. Oops, I keep doing the wrong one. DBK. So I need a point on the interior of angle DBK. So if I look, the only point that is there is going to be this point here, which is going to be point E. Okay, because remember it's on the interior. All right, what is the vertex of angle 5? So you go up to our picture. We got our angle 5 right here, and I say, all right, what is the vertex of that angle? And we see that it's going to be point C. For F, name all the sides of angle 5. So we're going to look here. So we're still at angle 5. I want the sides that are going to be here. Oops. So when we talk about our sides, we're going to have sides CA, with C as our endpoint, CG, and then we also have CB, could be a side, or CJ. Those are all options. They all have C as that endpoint. All right, next one, write another name for angle ECL. ECL. So it might be a good idea if I take this and I copy it and I bring it down here. So let's see if we can get it to work. Will let me paste it? Let's try it again. Oh, let's try again. All right, cool. Just so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so write another name for ECL. So to clear off these, oh, just because I copied it, it's not going to work. We're going to say ECL, ECL. Another name for angle ECL is we're going to say it's going to be angle 4 or angle LCE. It's going to be our options. And then H, name a point on the interior of CLH. CLH. So a point on the interior of CLH. Did I do that right? CLH. Oh, excuse me, exterior. Okay, so a point on the exterior. So if we continued this guy and he went all the way up here, I could say either this point or this point. So I could say point D and point E. In this case, I only asked you for one, so either one would work. All right, our last example. I believe it's our last one. Say, classify each angle as a right, acute, or obtuse. Okay, so we're going to look at angle AFB. Okay, and in this case, because A, F, E are collinear, and they're opposite rays, okay, generally we would use a protractor, so we're going to look at this guy, and it would be acute. So this is going to be a little more challenging. We're going to skip this example just because we don't have the protractor in class, and we're going to go down here to example number 4. Okay, in the figure, KJ and MJ are opposite rays, so that tells us that this adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, KN bisects angle JKL, so that means this angle is congruent to this angle. And the measure of angle JKN is going to be 8x minus 13. And then the measure of angle NKL is going to be 6x plus 11. And then it tells us to find the measure of JKN. So we want to find the measure of JKN. That's what we're looking for. Okay? All right, here we go. So because we know that that's bisects those angles, we can say that 8x minus 13 is equal to 6x plus 11. We're going to minus 6x minus 6x. We're going to get 2x minus 13 equals 11. We're going to add 13 to both sides. And we're going to say 2x equals 24. Divide it by 2. And x equals 12. Okay, because our value of x equals 12, we're going to go ahead and use that to help us find the measure of JKN. So we're going to say the measure of angle JKN is going to be 8x minus 13. I know what x equals, so I'm going to plug in my 12. Okay. 8 times 12 is going to give us 96 minus 13 is going to give us 83 degrees. So because we know that this one is 83 degrees, we also know that this one is 83 degrees. So if we wanted to, we could technically find this angle as well because they all add up to 180. But in this case, I just wanted the measure of JKN is equal to 83 degrees.